election. Because the NDP, when we've met with some of the candidates in this last bit, they've told us things like that they can't afford to make big promises, that they need to break from their reputation as a tax and spend party in British Columbia. And they've said things like, we could choose to do the Dave Barrett move of building it all now. Is he here? He's here? Or we could pace it out over years, and we want them to say, we need you to act now because we're in an emergency situation. So let's have that in our minds as he comes up, all right?
Raise the rates now! 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 Raise the rates now!
Adrian.
Raise the rates now!
So, Adrian, we've got a little presentation we'd like to make to you.
Sorry I was late. I was trying to get back for 4 and got delayed on transit.
Okay. We're gonna, come on.
We did it. I'd still be out there.
Could you come over here so you're on this side of the speaker so we don't
The camera.
blow it out?
Come on here.
Come over
I
here.
don't want to blow the speaker.
And this is Phoenix Winter, and she's going to make a little presentation to you, and Harold Lavender.
Hi, Harold.
I should say that we've just walked from Christy Clark's office, where we did the same thing, and we're trying to get her to raise welfare rates, just like we'd like you to.
Gina, I'm just going to hand this to Neil so that I don't pull it up. I'll read it later.
So we're looking for a commitment to raise the rates, because right now the rates haven't gone up since 2007, and that's been, the cost of living has been going up steadily, but the rates haven't. And can you find a place to live at $375? That's not a lot, and we really need to see some change in this because people are suffering, and we've got Homeless Dave doing a hunger strike. You know, these issues are really important and really need to be dealt with.
Thank you.
Yeah, 180,000 people are living on welfare right now, and basically all the cost of living going up all the time. Vancouver is one of the most expensive cities in terms of housing and other costs, and basically the standard of living of people who live on rates is plummeting all the time. So in fact the situation has become totally unlimited for people, when it means people are hungry, people are forced to engage in survival activities just to make ends meet. And the housing situation is very desperate, and there's not nearly enough social housing. And so if you're going to have a poverty reduction plan, the center of it needs to be to look after the people who are the poorest. And that means really, so really boosting the standard of living, because, you know, it's totally unjust when wealthy continue to get richer and the people who need it the most and encounter the most hunger and have the most difficulty in their lives are left totally behind. And so we think it's really important that you stand up for social justice and stand up for the people who need assistance the most, and that'll improve people's human dignity and make their lives a lot better. But we can't do it without changes, which need to happen now.
Yes.
So, yeah, Adrian, and what we'd like you to do today is make a commitment to raising welfare rates substantially, so that you'll have some time during the campaign to build public support for that. Yeah, so.
Well,
It's cheaper to raise the rate than...
Make sure you get them right.
Yes. It's cheaper to...
Yeah. As you know, it's cheaper to end poverty than to maintain it. We've got those figures from the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives.
If it comes down to the
Poverty
bean
costs
counter.
$8 billion a year, and it only costs $4 billion a year to end it. And we think you should pay for it by restoring taxes to the same level they were before the Liberals got in 2001.
Good
And you have
idea.
about $3 billion a year to play with for ending poverty. So there you go. There's a great platform for you, and all we want you to do is say yes, you'll adopt it.
Raise the rates now! Raise the rates now! Raise Raise the rates now! 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 Raise the rates now!
Okay. Okay.
Woo! That's good. That's good. Thank you very much for coming today, and thank you for bringing attention to these issues by what you've done today, which is to, as I understand it, I was downtown doing other things and all around, but I understand you walked from Premier Clark's office to here,
Yes.
which is a long way.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be here today. We went out of our way to come back because we want to hear people. We've met before, Gene, and with other people as well. Not announcing our platform today, just say that. But we're listening to people, we're listening to you, and we're listening to people around the community. We know that BC has the highest absolute levels of what we call inequality, which means not just people on income assistance, but a lot of working poor people as well are really struggling. And so we're looking at all these issues, and I appreciate it. I'm going to listen and always read and learn from the case you're bringing forward. We'll be announcing our platform for the election campaign later, and you know, I don't know if you'll be happy or not happy, but it will definitely reflect our desire to address poverty. You'll see that in our platform, and you see it in our commitment every day, and I appreciate what you've done today, which is to draw attention to these issues. So thank you for coming, and I'm always here to listen, and thank you for coming to Joyce Collingwood today, all the way from Vancouver Point Grey. So thank you.
All righty.
You've announced other platforms already, other pieces of your platform already through the last couple months. Why not announce this point now? You must know what it is.
No.
You don't know what it is?
We're working on the platform now.
I think you better work on it.
Well, we're working on the platform now. We've announced initiatives to allow young people, especially who don't have enough money to go to get access to post-secondary education. I think that's a good proposal.
So why not announce this one now?
Well, but the issue is that the election's in May, and we've got to have a platform and show how we're going to pay for things. As you know, the Liberal Party produced a budget that actually will cut services for children in care and others, and so we have to address what they've done to existing programs, as well as deal with what we might do in the future.
Okay.
So that's why we're doing that.
So when you say children in care, what exactly are you referring to? Like children in group homes?
I'm referring to the Ministry of Children and Family Development.
Yeah,
so
well, I got a big beef with the Ministry of Children and Family Development.
I understand, but
so when you're saying you're going to put more
for.
funding in there, is that to have more children taken away from their families, or is it to balance it out?
I didn't say that. I said the Liberals took funding away from this children.
Okay. Okay, but by you saying that, you're saying that you're going to be putting funding back in.
No, I'm not announcing it today.
Right? Is that what you're saying? Liberals took money away from that ministry.
What I'm saying is that in their budget they made a series of decisions and that were bad for healthcare, bad for education, bad for children.
Okay.
And, so
we need to listen to that then. We need to keep an ear open for it.
That's one of the things that we have to look at before we can come to a final determination.
Okay, you realize though there is a national movement brewing under that ministry.
Okay. I mean there's lots of parts to an anti-poverty strategy. Childcare is one, housing is one, welfare is part, low wages are part.
Housing.
We believe that BC should be a province we're proud to live in, where we have a housing strategy, we have a childcare policy, we have a living wage, we have welfare that people can live on. So all of those are part of the picture. We are not arguing to rob one to the other. We have two simple solutions. One is tax the rich. Why should we subsidize the rich? Because every tax cut the rich get is a cut to our public services, whether it's education or health or welfare. The rich don't even use the money, they don't need it. We do. But also it's better economics, because the cost of poverty report that it would save money in the long term. And the final point I want to address to you personally is most of the people who live in BC live in poverty because the government of British Columbia decides they will live in poverty. welfare, minimum wage, low wages. Those are all government policies. So when politicians vote for policies, they should think in their conscience, how many people do I want to live in poverty tonight? How many children do I want to live in poverty tonight? Because it is your decisions that will shape those people's lives. That's a responsibility, but it's also an opportunity to make a real difference in British Columbia. And the final point I'll say is the opinion polls say that the people of BC want an end to poverty. The people in BC want welfare rates. The people in BC want a social housing policy. They want education. They want childcare. So here is an opportunity for politicians to do the right thing and the popular thing and the thing that makes the best economic sense. Now, how you decide to do those things is your decision.
I think he's done the right thing today just by coming out here and standing with us.
But we want more than standing, we want action. So thank you for turning up, and thank you in particular for all of you for doing this, and for all the people who couldn't do it for other reasons, because they're working, they have children, they haven't got the physical abilities, all sorts of other reasons. Because we know as we were walking along, the number of people who said thank you as we gave them a flyer, the number of people who honked their horns as we passed. We had popular support on today's walk. So thank you all very much for what you have done today, and hopefully we will have helped to make BC a province that ends poverty. What do we want? When do we want it? Now! Thank you all very much.
So you guys, we have the 3 vans if you need a ride back downtown, and if there's an overflow, I have some bus tickets for the SkyTrain.
Do the outfit. All right. So we're outside of our quite possibly new premier.
Quite possibly the new premier.
Quite possibly the new premier of the province of British Columbia, Canada. I gently reminded him that there's a national movement brewing. I think he's somewhat aware of it. He seems to be quite personable. He's out there with the people. He's networking. You know, so that's a lot of thumbs up for him. And you know, he wasn't willing to express what his platform is at this point. He's got a lot of repairs. NDP, if they get elected into the, you know, come on, sweetie. Hey, come on. Couple of girls, come on. They're all with me today. There's a couple more swiping around. Oh, there's 2 more over there.
Jumi and Anissa are way down there.
Jumi and Anissa. So anyway, when they get elected in as our ruling government, you know, they have 12 years.
We're going.
12 years of repair. 12 years of repair, and there's a lot of repair because probably a good 80% of the population of British Columbia, Canada, has suffered in one way or another from the So anyway, we're giving thumbs up to Adrian Dix. I think he's a great guy for coming out here and standing up for the people. Hooty-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Well, wait till he announces his platform first, and then maybe go woohoo.
You know what? Considering what position he's running for, I think in light of Gordon Campbell, Christy Clark, and any of those other people that put themselves out there as a premier, I know he's got a good chance of winning, and he's already out there networking with the people. That takes a lot of character. And I've dealt with a lot of politicians, like over the last 12 years in terms of my nonprofit, talking to them. And for him to get out here and just mingle and just be with everyday, you know, regular folks, I think that's a good sign. You have to remember, there's 12 years of mix-up he has to repair. It's not going to happen overnight. It took 12 years for the BC Liberal government to bring us to where we are, and it's going to take another 12 years to take us back to where we were. And in 1999, 2001, BC had the lowest number of children living in poverty all across Canada. Today, 12 years later, we're one of the highest, sitting at about 25%. So that's 12 years of damage that needs to be repaired. Yeah, like my outfit.
Is Ashley still with the drum?
Hey?
Yeah, I like it, Mom. It's really nice.
Yeah, I saw the drums and I was hoping for a song or something.
You played a song.
Oh, I don't know any songs. Or I don't. I remember snatches of songs. No, I'm alright. Get one what?
Did you get one?
Oh, your website.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.